Welcome to Saddle Up Live, a transformative podcast tailored for women aged 40 and beyond, where courage, God's grace, and a touch of sass are the driving forces behind conquering life's challenges. Join me, Lesa Koski, as I take you on a captivating ride through the multifaceted aspects of womanhood in this vibrant stage of life, covering everything from my journey through breast cancer, the intricacies of marriage, and the joys of motherhood, to the exciting adventures of grandparenting. Together, we will uncover actionable strategies for personal and professional development, providing you with the tools and inspiration needed to blaze new trails and seize every opportunity that comes your way, no matter what your age or stage. Welcome, friends. This week on Doing Divorce Different, we had Melissa Miroslavich. She's an attorney. She's a sweetheart. Become a friend. But she was on and she was talking about prenups. We made it a two-part series. So go back and listen to Tuesday's episodes. We talk about prenups. And then in the upcoming week, we're going to talk about postnuptials and collaborative law. And here's the thing. This podcast is helpful whether you're single, maybe thinking about getting married, whether you're divorced and maybe going to get remarried, because prenuptial agreements, Melissa talks about how they actually strengthen a marriage. And I think maybe I can get a bad rap, right? Because you think about I don't know, like the movies that you've seen where the rich guy or the rich lady makes someone sign a prenup and then they leave them and they're left with nothing. So that's not really what it's about, especially if you do it collaboratively. And really an important point to have attorneys involved. But it is a way to really be serious and thoughtful about your marriage. And I'm looking to do a study. So if anyone has any information, and I'll keep digging to find out whether or not people with prenups divorce more or less than people who don't have them. But here's the thing that was kind of eye-opening to me is that when a young couple is getting married, they often don't realize the extent of this binding agreement. I mean, it's a binding agreement between the two of you and God and the law. So it is like a partnership, and you wouldn't go into a business partnership without writing down how things would go, how they're going to work, how it would go if you separate it. Because here's the thing. You get to do it, and God help you. I don't want you to end up divorced. And I think that the kind of people who do prenups together collaboratively are often planners and working together. So I feel like they've got a better start to their marriage already. But it helps you look at when you're at a point when emotions aren't high and you're at a point in time and you can talk about what your thoughts are at that time for what would happen in the future. And we know things can change and you can groove with that, but it's so helpful, one, to make you realize what an important commitment you are making. I think it's huge that that God is there and he's, binding you together. But you also have to realize the law is there. And I'm going to be honest, friends. I have so many couples that come to me angry. Why can't we just say we want to be divorced and be done? You can't, because you are in a legally, written up partnership. And so you can't just break away that easily. You have to go through paperwork. So take the time to really look at it and set yourself up to a great marriage, because couples who can communicate together about what they would want in a prenup, how they would want things to be if they did end up divorced, looking at, well, if we have kids, what would we want it to look like? It is going to help you. If God help you do get to the point where you need a divorce, at least you can look back and say, you know what, this is what we agreed on. Because when emotions run high, it's really, really hard to use that prodigy brain. It's hard to reason. It's hard to make really good decisions. And we do everything we can to help you. I try to help you through mediation to keep that brain, that prodigy brain working so you can make good decisions. But if you had talked about it in advance, you'd be set up. And I think you might have a better chance of not getting there because you're already showing that you're working together, that you can communicate well. That's a big part of what you need in a great marriage. And you're going in with eyes wide open. You know what this partnership looks like, and it's not going to be a surprise if something snafu happens and you've got to change things. So I agree with Melissa when she said prenups can build stronger marriages. Go listen to the episode. It's so good and she's so awesome. She's a great teacher. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for tuning in to another empowering episode of Saddle Up Live. As we conclude this exhilarating journey together, don't forget to subscribe, share your thoughts, and become a valued member of our vibrant community. Because, as always, every woman deserves to thrive, flourish, and live her best life. Until the next time, saddle up and keep conquering those trails.